What's up, Castlers? Eladefo7 here with more Let's Castle action. Today's game is between Warpathhunter, aka Mr. Mogul, versus tournament favorite Jamaldonovan. This game takes place in the 2023 Fall Triple Digit Tournament. This tournament is for players with ratings that are only in the, yep, you guessed it, the triple digits. This game began on November 11th and concluded November 12th. These guys didn't waste any time. I like that. Warpathhunter had white and Jamaldonovan had black. Let's get into it. Mogul starts off with pawn to e4. Then you get pawn to c6, the Caro-Kann defense being utilized by Jamaldonovan. This c pawn right here is going to support a quick d5 pawn push and challenge the e4 pawn for control of the center. But let's move on. Warpath continues with knight to c3. You then get pawn to e6, pawn to d4, bishop b4, bishop d2, bishop a5, knight f3, knight to f6, pawn to e5. Warpath kicking the knight away to d5. Warpath takes the knight on d5. Jamal counters by taking the bishop with check. Warpath takes back. Then Jamal takes the knight on d5 with his pawn. Equal exchange, but the eval bar likes Warpath's position slightly better. You then get bishop to e2. Knight c6, pawn to c4, kingside castle, queenside castle from Mogul, pawn to a5 from Jamaldonovan. He's looking to attack the queen side. Pawn to e3, f6, rook he1. An exchange of pawns. Jamal pushes a pawn to d6, and then queen to c3, which is a missed opportunity for Warpath because it ignores an opportunity to catch a hanging pawn with c takes d5. However, Jamaldonovan could equal the material with knight takes e5. And then you get a continuation of knight takes e5, d takes e5, bishop f3, and queen f6, pawn to d6, bishop d7, and queen e2. And you're assured of going up a pawn. But let's get back to the action. So after queen c3, the missed move didn't hurt Warpath because Jamaldonovan played the equally passive rook to f5. The engine felt knight takes e5 was the best move. Knight takes e5. But he didn't play that. Let's go back. Rook f5. But moving forward, Warpath targeted the rook with his bishop. So he moved it to h5, bishop c2, then you get d takes e5, c takes d5, e takes d5, knight takes e5, bishop f5, queen f3, Warpath going after the vulnerable d5 pawn. Jamal responds with queen g5 check, but unfortunately king to b1 played by Warpathhunter is a blunder because it leads to losing a knight as Jamal takes the bishop. Warpath takes back, and then Jamaldonovan snags that free knight. Well done by him, and he goes up by 3 material points. Warpath tries to salvage the blunder with queen takes d5 check. Excellent move from him. Jamal responds with knight d7 blocking the check. Warpath snags another free pawn. So now the 3-point deficit is now cut to just 1. Great job by the Mogul. Jamal has to stop the bleeding, so he plays queen f5 check. But rook to d3 is a mistake from Warpath because it leads to losing a queen with rook c8 check, and queen takes c8 check, and another queen takes c8 check, and then you get king to b1. But let's go back to what actually happened. All right, so Jamal gets the first part of the move right with rook c8 check. Warpathhunter does not play the best move of queen takes c8 check. He plays, rather, king d2. So Warpath didn't follow the script, and Jamal, he didn't find the best move either with knight takes e5, which is very passive. The engine would have preferred if Jamal went for the jugular and played queen takes f2 check. Bam. Then you get rook e2 for the block. Rook c2 check. And then you get the king taking that. King takes c2. Queen takes e2 check. Rook d2. Thinking you got the block, but lo and behold, rook c5 check. Boom. And you can move it to king to b1. And queen takes d2, and now you're up a rook and a pawn and just winning this game. But back to the action. After the missed opportunity by Jamaldonovan, Warpath unfortunately plays what would be the nail in his coffin. Rook d5. Right there. I see the idea. He's trying to pin the knight to the queen. Unfortunately, this expedites a forced mate in 5 moves. Let's see what happens. Jamal continues with queen takes f2 check, rook e2, queen f4 check, king d1. That's mate in 1, Castlers. And there you have it. Queen c1, checkmate, game over. So Jamaldonovan draws first blood in this 2-game set. Jamaldonovan has punched his ticket to the next round. This match is still not over. If Warpath can get a win in the second round, he will be advancing with Jamaldonovan into the next round. And right now, Dr. Dion is waiting for the winner of this match. I'm not too sure how that's going to work if they split. Who gets to advance and play Dr. Dion? Chess.com has not alerted me to the rules, but I guess you'll find out with me. So a very exciting game where both players had opportunities to win, but it was Jamaldonovan who prevailed in this game. So that's going to do it for this video. I'm LNF07 saying stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.